सुनने वालों को सिराज ज़ैदी का बहुत-बहुत आदाब, नमस्कार and good afternoon. You're very welcome to the program. You're listening to Apna Radio, broadcasting at 93.9 Dublin South FM. From the Dundrum Town Centre, we are each week broadcasting relentlessly, regardless of storm, hail or thunder. I am on air and you are listening to Siraj until 4 o'clock. And I hope you'll stay with me as well today, because today's program is packed and is reaching out to the wider listenership all over the world. And I'll talk about it, where it's going this week, and how I'm going to honor our new listenership. Would you believe in Germany? Yeah, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the particular news item. And Charmain has been very diligent putting together once again, a beautiful piece of music, which is basically about India, what's happening in India in terms of economy, in terms of businesses, and what sort of shape our country is taking place. Not a positive one overall, but then it's up to you to judge and up to you to analyze and to be wise about the Indian economy. So there you go. Sit back, relax, and listen to Charmain's news item.
I'm Charmain Colvin, and here is your weekly news update. You are listening to Apna Radio 93.9 Dublin South FM. A new report published earlier this year by Bloom Ventures, a venture capital company, has found that despite India's 1.4 billion population, around 1 billion do not have the money to spend on any discretionary services or goods. India's consuming class, effectively the potential market for startups or business owners, consists of only around 130 to 140 million people, while another 300 million are emerging or aspirant consumers, who are reluctant to spend money. The report found that the consuming class in Asia's third largest economy is not widening as much as it is deepening, meaning that India's wealthy population is not really growing in numbers, although the small percentage who are already rich are getting even richer. As a result, India's consumer market is being shaped in distinct ways, such as the increase in premiumisation, where brands drive growth by selling expensive upgraded products such as premium phones to the wealthy, rather than catering to the mass market. Affordable homes now constitute just 18% of India's overall market, compared with 40% 5 years ago. According to the report, the middle 50% of India's tax-paying population has seen its income stagnate in absolute terms over the past decade. This implies a halving of income in real terms. It added, this financial hammering has decimated the middle-class savings. The Reserve Bank of India has repeatedly highlighted that net financial savings of Indian households are approaching a 50-year low, suggesting that products and services associated with middle-class household spending are likely to face a rough time in the years ahead. In a rare show of discord between President Donald Trump and his billionaire advisor Elon Musk, plans to build a Tesla plant in India would be unfair, Trump said in an interview with Fox News last week. Criticising India's tariff policy, under which electric vehicles face import duties of up to 100%, Trump argued that it was impossible for Musk to sell a car in India, adding that if Musk were to build a Tesla factory in India, it would be okay, but very unfair to the US. In discussions with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi last week, Trump threatened to impose reciprocal tariffs on India if it continued to impose high tariffs on US goods. Tesla has long sought to build its presence in India, which is projected to become the fourth biggest economy this year. The country's protectionist tariffs, however, have proved a major obstacle. Authorities in the southern Indian state of Telangana are racing against time to save 8 construction workers trapped inside a tunnel for more than 100 hours. Around 50 workers had been working inside the 43-kilometre-long tunnel when the roof caved in last Saturday. Officials say 43 of them managed to get out safely, but the remaining 8 were hampered from exiting due to mud, loose soil and slush inside the tunnel. They have also been unable to establish contact with the trapped men or provide them with oxygen and other essential supplies. On Monday, an expert team of rat hole miners arrived to clear the debris and reach the workers. The same team successfully rescued 41 construction workers who were also trapped in a tunnel in Uttarakhand in 2023. The collapsed tunnel is part of the longest-running irrigation project of the Telangana government. It's located in a hilly forested area and passes through the Nagarjuna Tiger Reserve, which is the largest in India. Doctors in the Indian capital Delhi have performed a life-changing surgery on a 17-year-old boy to remove his parasitic twin that was attached to his abdomen. A parasitic twin, an underdeveloped conjoined twin, which relies entirely on the host twin for survival, is extremely rare, with less than one case occurring per 100,000 births. The teenager, who had a fully developed extra set of limbs and a pelvis, sustained by a chest artery, underwent a 2-hour surgery at AIIMS Hospital in Delhi. A team of specialists with insufficient medical literature to guide them through this rare procedure completed the operation successfully, and the team was discharged 4 days after being admitted with no complications from the surgery. Indian police have registered a case against leading businessman Shyam Bhatia and 3 others for alleged criminal intimidation and rape of an aspiring Bollywood actress. Bhatia is the founder and chairman of Jubilant Bhatia Group. Its subsidiary, Jubilant Foodworks, is the largest franchisee for Domino's Pizza outside of the US. Bhatia has denied all allegations by the unnamed actress, who said she first complained to police on the 11th of November last year. Her case, however, was only registered last week on orders of the Bombay High Court after it heard her petition. After striking an $8.5 billion media merger with Walt Disney, Indian billionaire Mukesh Ambani is targeting small businesses and promoting unconventional neuroscience studies to boost its revenues from the Indian Premier League, the world's most valuable cricket league. Battling competitors Netflix and Amazon in the $28 billion market, the Reliance-owned venture is holding a month of closed-door seminars in 7 Indian cities to woo small companies to become IPL advertisers. Ads are integral to IPL coverage, with Reliance intending to target 40 million smart TVs and 420 million mobile devices during the IPL set to run for 60 days from March the 22nd. Insiders say that Reliance is privately pitching advertising agencies with brain mapping research that it says analyse the brain cells or neurons of participants to show its streaming ads have a higher engagement rate than Google. So that's all for now. Tune in next week to Apna Radio 93.9 Dublin South FM for more news updates.
Thank you very much indeed, Charmain, for lovely news item that you put together today. And what a revelation, actually, if I may say so, that we do boost about our about population, that we do have 1.5 billion people. But what is the reality of that 1.5 billion people? 100 billion people cannot even afford the consumer market or consumer goods that are available on luxury items and things like that. And particularly those who are rich are getting richer and poor are getting poor. I saw the horrible news, actually, and an images about when the free food get distributed, so-called, by the current schemes of the government, and the way it's been actually looted and being attacked by, the poor people is just unbelievable. It seems like a scene just like in Gaza, where food distribution has been sent over to the refugee camps. I mean, that is not acceptable in a 21st century's prosperous Atma Nirbhar or Viksit Bharat, as we call it, and all that. But why it is the image of India has been projected as as okay-ish. Sometimes we compete with Europe, sometimes we compete with America, sometimes we say that we are the biggest economy in the world, a trillion economy, and it will be a $3 trillion dollar economy and things like that. But when it comes to the actual analysis and detail look at it, because most of the people don't have time. They're busy in their work and whatever they are, working in shifts. And, and the majority of them are not really rich people. And this is the reason why there's still the brain drain is happening, why there's still Europe and America is the destination for youth to leave India and settle abroad. And that's what the reason is, because you're earning in euros, you're not earning in rupees. Disparity of currency, euro is now hitting almost 90 rupees a euro, which is a significant difference when it comes to devaluation of the Indian rupees under the current regime. And the last few years, the direct foreign investment DFA. DFI has been declined. People are not investing into Indian economy. Why? That stands to reason, because the growth is not there. Even the property market, a lot of people do convince me and try to actually sell property, whether it's in Noida, whether it's in Goa, whether it's in Mumbai, whether it's in Delhi, everywhere, and would say, oh, it's nothing, it's just a few crores and things like that. Yes, when it comes to the analysis, first of all, it's not secured because you don't know who you're investing into it. I know few companies who actually start the development of the property and then they gone belly up, the company busted, and all the investment of the poor investors are being, gazumped by these dishonest property developers. So this is something which is, you've got to be careful about it. So you're better off playing in shares, and I'll talk about that in a minute, or invest is somewhere in Europe in property and things like that. So, this is what it is. By the way, we are trying to lobbying the Dublin airport for a direct flight from Dublin to Delhi or Mumbai or Chennai or whatever, in direct India route, and that hasn't happened, despite the fact that the population of Indians are rising in Ireland. But now there's a surveys going on right now on Facebook. If you're interested to vote, there's a voting system, and they will be counting each vote just to see the direct flights. I think there is a case for direct flight from Dublin to Singapore, which exists. I don't know, but I think there is a case for Dublin to Delhi or Dublin to Mumbai case for direct flight. So if you're really, really interested, we do go on to the Facebook and check it out. Direct flight provision, which has been given by the Irish governments to the Indian people. So that's one thing. And talking about the investment and talking about the kind of things which is going on in India is just incredible when it comes to investment, the foreign direct investment in goods and services and in products as well. So when it comes to the product, it's a Tesla, which I'm going to talk about that, as Charmain has hinted little bit in her news item. But Charmain is just a little bit touched on that. But Sharad Awasthi has actually done a great deal of great analysis and research once again on the story of how the Elon Musk, the Tesla owner, is now eyeing the Indian market, and why. Despite the fact that he's been criticized by the Donald Trump himself. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this particular analysis of Sharad Awasthi.
Thank you. Today we are going to discuss the hype and the reality of Tesla. As we know, the tariff for the cars that will be produced or assembled in India, the tariff will be reduced from 110 to 15%. So going back to 2024 last year, it was understood that Tesla would be building a gigafactory for its manufacturing in India. This would be an additional factory, and apart from India, Tesla already has factories in China, Germany, the US, and there is one upcoming in Mexico. In all this, during the Prime Minister Mr. Modi's visit to the US for his controversial Modi-Trump deals, Elon Musk met our Indian Prime Minister. Following the meeting, the Indian government reportedly allowed Tesla to sell its car in India. Now the key question is, will Tesla cars also attract the 110% tariff, or will India grant them the reduced tariff of 15% simply because of the Modi-Trump deal? Why is India being pressurized to reduce tariff if, and why did Elon Musk, the owner of Tesla, need to meet with the Indian Prime Minister and the high-powered delegation including our security advisor, national security advisor, and the foreign minister? Look at the optics. On one side, it's Elon Musk with his few children and their nanny. On the other side is our Prime Minister and our foreign minister and our national security chief, Mr. Doval, and others. So the optics are just not normal. And therefore, this leads to investigation and our journalistic scrutiny into Tesla. The fact remains that despite the hype, Tesla holds only a 4% market share in the US, its own home turf. Globally, Tesla is sold in 50 countries, that's fine, and its total sales last year was 18 lakh units, which is like 1.8 million vehicles. But then these figures suggest that Tesla, despite being a leader, a pioneer in the electric vehicle space, it certainly does not dominate the global market as it is projected so. So what is Elon Musk trying to do? What many people don't realize is that Tesla is overpriced and not an attractive option in either Europe or the United States. The hype surrounding it does not reflect its actual market demand. Thousands of unsold Tesla vehicles are lying in European markets after being manufactured in its Germany plant. The situation for Tesla has worsened due to rise of Chinese electric vehicle giant BYD as it is called, and it is dominating the global market and significantly affecting Tesla's sale in Europe. The reason is simple. The Chinese BYD offers better quality at lower prices, and the situation in Europe is so bad that Tesla, Elon Musk, had to use American-European preferred geopolitical partnership, and the European Union then imposed a tariff on Chinese electric vehicles just to protect Tesla. So much so for the hypocrisy and the double standards of the free market economy of European Union. Also, to let you know, BYD Chinese vehicles are sold in 70 countries compared to Tesla's 50 countries. And its global sales is 4 times that of Tesla. It is exceeding 42 lakh vehicles in 2024. In India alone, the Chinese BYD is selling in 17 states. You would be surprised. So what is Tesla's strategy? If you would have noticed, India is suffering from a psychological disease called the status trap. Like India's luxury car market, other luxury segments also, where brand perception and craze for brands have overshadowed the actual utility. This is the status trap. Those who cannot afford those brands are running after it and getting their products financed on EMI. So, smartly, Elon Musk is just leveraging this opportunity to push his Teslas, the same Teslas which lie unsold in the German market. Speculatively, for this, he is using pressure from the US President Donald Trump, who is currently his close ally, and this raises suspicion about the deal making and the politics behind Tesla's aggressive push into India. While Tesla has yet not set up a factory in India, still it has posted job openings for just 1 dozen full-time and 1 part-time job positions in India. Although this does not necessarily indicate Tesla's long-term commitment to India, but it reflects company's uncertain and confused stance from 2024, where it had shown an intention to set up a plant in India. It also remains to be seen how Elon Musk will play his technology hype, political backing, and business strategies such as Starlink internet service to push his interest within the Indian market. We will discuss Starlink internet service in another episode of Apna Radio. The Trump factor and the Tesla's manufacturing dilemma is what is also playing in the background. So if you remember, Donald Trump has expressed strong intention to bring back US manufacturing jobs from China and other countries, and that includes India also. So the catch is, if Elon Musk sets up a Tesla plant in India, it would mean creating jobs for Indians instead of Americans, and that would be contradicting Trump's policies and his electoral mandate. This suggests that Trump may not support Tesla's Indian factory plans. Therefore, what Elon Musk is now trying to do is have an alternative strategy that appears to be securing tariff reduction to 15% and bring all those unsold Tesla vehicles from the Germany factory to India. While this is still speculation, the true picture will only emerge once Tesla car starts arriving in India. Therefore, what will be the future of electric vehicles in India and the Tesla's priorities? For those who are into science, they would understand that electric vehicles are still in their early stages, but then the technology is a very old technology. Now, the only difference is it is supported by advancement of digitalization. In next few years, thousands of mid-size and large companies are expected to enter the electric vehicle market. A prime example is the Vietnamese automaker VinFast, which is now selling cars in India. Who would have imagined that the Vietnamese car manufacturer would compete with American giants like Ford and Indian brands like Tata Motors and Mahindras? So it is fair to say that electric vehicle manufacturing is already normal business and no more a special niche business. Also, Elon Musk seems to have realized smartly that Tesla is no longer his primary project. Instead, he has shown greater interest in capturing India's internet market through his Starlink project, and he has attempted to do that. Which brings us to the point about the fate of Indian electric vehicle brands amidst global competition. See, the Indian players like Tata Motors, they have sold 2 lakh vehicles, of which 60,000 is last year. And with this best momentum, they are not likely to surpass Tesla's global sales in another 10 years. Mahindra, which is another major automaker, they have sold in total 100,000 vehicles, and they too have lots of catching up to do. So if Tesla comes into India, it's going to be a dent both in Tata Motors and Mahindra's ambition. Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat initiatives are currently on ICO. It's on life support. With global brands like Chinese BYD, American Tesla, Ford, German Mercedes, BMW, Audi, and surprisingly Vietnam's VinFast flooding the Indian market, what will happen to our homegrown brands like Tata Motors, Mahindras and Maruti Suzuki? People need to ask this question. Also, in a surprising development, Ford Motors, which had exited India a few years ago, now plans to restart its manufacturing operations in the country. Given all these facts and figures, the critical question must be directed towards the policy of this government. This brings up to our big question. How is Mr. Modi's administration protecting Indian brands, safeguarding the Atmanirbhar Bharat policy and India's stance in the tariff war with America? The tariff war. This is something new that was unexpected. Just 2 days ago, the Prime Minister was in city of Bhopal to inaugurate the Investors Summit for Madhya Pradesh. However, if one carefully observes his address, the address to the state and to the nation, there was no mention of the tariff war with the US and how it's impacting the Indian jobs. Also, with this tariff war, can Indians assume that Tesla will not face the same scrutiny that Harley-Davidson motorbikes did when the import tariffs were reduced from 150% to 30%? Did you know that? Do India actually need an expensive luxury car like Tesla? Another question I would like to put forward. With only 8% of Indians who own a car, look at the state of the traffic congestion and the jams, especially in the metros. And with only 3% of Indians paying income tax and 8% owning cars, there is a mismatch. So that needs to be fixed also. But then for the remaining 92% of Indians, we need a better infrastructure of roads and bridges. And of course, cheap and a convenient public transport so that within the cities and between the cities, the travel is convenient. Hope you can now understand my socio-economic argument against the policy of the current government, which I think our current government is under extreme pressure from the American Trump government. Thank you for your attention. See you again next week with more insights. Until then, stay safe, stay informed, and keep questioning the future of India. Bye for now.
Dublin South FM. You wouldn't buy a car without knowing its history. So why would you buy a story without knowing who's telling it? Come here and I tell you. It's not always easy to verify what you see, read, or hear. But now there's help. Visit www.bemediasmart.ie. Stop, think, check. Be Media Smart. Brought to you by Media Literacy Ireland, supported by RTE. 93.9 Dublin South FM.
Indeed, 93.9 Dublin South FM, and welcome back to the program. And this is SIraj Zaidi, your own local film actor, star, and the broadcaster. From the studio, directly talking about the current affairs of the week of India. So you have heard from the Sharad's deep analysis about the situation in India. Now, question that is arising in my head by listening to this particular thing, that who the hell is Elon Musk is to thrust himself into the Indian market? Who cares about him? Who cares about his shitty Tesla product, that he's trying to thrust into the Indian market? Why people would buy his subgraded, substandard car against delectable German markets, German cars like Audi, which is a very powerful car, Mercedes and BMW. These are the three kings, I call it. I drive at BM. My friend drives Mercedes and things like that. So what is Tesla? Where is it coming from? Why he wants to go into the 5% market of car owners, 8% market of car owners in India, so-called the super rich, and try to pressurize it in a private sort of setup. It's a family business that he's sort of, a business delegation goes from India to US to meet him, and him and his granny and his children and all that is a private company. Imagine Ambani going to America to sell his cars and his product to Donald Trump. I mean, it's this kind of nonsense. It is the disparity and this kind of a degradation and humiliation that the Indians have to put up with these so-called ignorant, whoever he is, Elon Musk is. Who gives a toss about him and his cars? Just because he's the richest man in the world, he's sort of like moving into the inner circles of Donald Trump in the US, is all of a sudden can take the world, can take India. Forget it. That's not going to happen. He'll get the bum rash, and he will get a huge losses if he dare to venture out in India to put up his plant there and to manufacture or assemble Tesla in India. Yes, he may be able to do so and sell few 100,000 units and things like that. Because in each metropolitan city, you will have idiots who do believe in sort of like showing off their wealth, so to speak, splashing their wealth and things like that. Oh, I bought a new Tesla. What is a new thing around? That happened before with other foreign cars. Why not buy local Indian cars to support the Indian workers, the economy, the business, and so the business economy can actually rotate and circulate within India. But that is it. People are beginning to realize that the world, and particularly the American world, is taking India for fools. And but we're not fools. We know what's what. Talking about our listenership and our expansion to all over the world. I'm also in one of those who's trying to actually take the world on through my little radio program, which is Apna Radio. And hopefully the listenership is going to grow, because now I'm going to play a track for Arijit Singh, who is one of the youngest crowds, one of the delectable singer of the younger lot. Unlike the normal that I play normally, the Kishore Kumar, Rafi, Mukesh, Lataji and all that, which are there anyway. They are classics. But this is a request came all the way from Berlin. And who is that? I'm going to tell you in a minute. First, sit back and relax and enjoy it.
वे कमलिया मेरे नादान दिल वे कमलिया मेरे नादान दिल दो नैनों के पेचीदा सा गलियारे इनमें खोकर तू मिलता है कहाँ तुझको अंबर से पिंजरे ज्यादा प्यारे उड़ जा कहने से सुनता भी तू है कहाँ गल सुन ले वे कमलिया मेरे नादान दिल वे कमलिया
That is the best of Arijit Singh songs that I'm going to play today. For my new listeners all the way from Berlin, her name is Sona, and her nickname is Sona, in fact, given by her grandfather. But her real name is 𝐀𝐩𝐧𝐚 Agarwal. Now, 𝐀𝐩𝐧𝐚 is a delectable, charming individual working in a stock market, as a part-time, play around and sort of like playing with the cryptocurrency and things like that and playing in the stock exchange. But she's based in Berlin and working in a fashion industry. What a delighted news to know that all the way from Delhi, from India, this young lady is working so hard, making her life wonderful and earning good money, and also earning her living working and in two industries and things like that. So welcome to Apna Radio, Sona. Shona, mera Shona. New listeners, I always welcome like this. So, Shona, enjoy the program, enjoy Arijit, and sit back and relax. And there's another song coming all the way from Dublin to Berlin.
तेरे संग लागे बांधे जो पीपल पे धागे इस सुरम के धारे बहते हैं नजरे बचा के बदरंग में सतरंगा है इश्क रे जोगी में गंगा है इश्क रे बदरंग में सतरंगा है इश्क रे से लगा लूं हाथ छू के मैं पैर तेरे हो लूं मैं तन पे जख्म बना सारे बैर तेरे रुकना नी तू हुण रुसड़ा नी मैं तेरा नी रहा तेना खुद दा भी मैं दुनिया तू ही है मेरी पर नाना अब नाना मैं नहीं आना शहर तेरे जो फिर संग लगे रखते वो हमको जला के वो आगे झूठे वादे ले जा तो कसमें लगा के रग रग में मलंगा है ये इश्क रे क्यों लहू में ही रंगा है ये इश्क रे हो बदरंग में सतरंगा है ये इश्क रे जोगी में और गंगा है ये इश्क रे तू मेरी सारी यादें पानी में आज बहा दे ये तेरी भीगी आंखें रख लूं लबों से लगा के मैं समंदर परिंदा है ये इश्क रे मन मातम और जिंदा है ये इश्क रे ओ बदरंग में सतरंगा है ये इश्क रे जोगी मैं और गंगा है ये इश्क रे ओ बदरंग में सतरंगा है ये इश्क रे जोगी मैं और गंगा है ये इश्क रे
Satranga hai ye, ishq re ye. Chamra bhaiyon, that is what it is. Ishq is and should be satranga. In other words, the best feeling you can get is in love. In ishq, I always talk about it in my program sometime. The greatest power in the world that makes the person move around is love, is ishq, it's pyar, whatever you call it. And our songs and our culture is full of them. One thing I must give India a credit to, despite all the disparity and in rich and poor and all the differences between religion and different types of religion and cultures and things like that, that ishq among the people is paramount in India. And therefore our films, particularly our Bollywood films, so-called, I hate the term Bollywood because it's a derogatory term second to Hollywood. Indian film industry is actually thrive on the stories of ishq between different backgrounds, rich and poor, rich to rag to riches story, poor girls, rich man, the poor man, rich girl, all of that, and also the stories among the interfaith, which is unique in India, because in India, if you look at the structure of Indian society, it is full of one culture, sharing stories, sharing culture, sharing religion, sharing festivals. By the way, talking about festival and religion, today is Mahashivratri. And congratulations and happy Mahashivratri to those who are fasting today, or yesterday, in fact. They were fasting. Yesterday was Mahashivratri. It's a celebration of, this year is mega Mahashivratri, like a Mahakumbh. And this year is everything is Maha, big and all that. And so that was yesterday, and a lot of people fasted there, and limited way, not of our fast, and I'll talk about that, our fast, which is coming up as well from Sunday onwards, Saturdays onwards. So certain people are starting from Saturday and things like that. But that's what I'm saying, that people who belong to different religion come together, love each other, celebrate culture, whether it's Kumbh Mela, whether it's Mahashivratri, whether it's Navratri, whether it's all these Diwali, Holi, and things like that, on and on and on. And particularly, Eid, Bakra Eid, Muharram, sad occasion for a lot of Muslim Shias. All of that is allowed and rejoices by freedom has been given by the Constitution of India to everybody who lives in India and abroad as well. The outside India, the diaspora community, what I call it, is also expanding. So whether you live in Germany, whether you live in France, whether you live in Ireland, UK and everywhere, and the Asian community they come together, they celebrate together. And would you believe one gentleman is now looking for Durga Puja as a venue for the last few weeks with me and asked me to help him. And I'm trying my best to get him the venue because they don't really have that is Bengali community. And Durga Puja is synonymous with the Bengali community, and Bengalis celebrate that. And so all variations of different pujas, different, religious rituals and all of that Indian people enjoy. Why? Because there's so much, how do I say, perhaps the need for feeling good, a feel-good factor, that if you are close to God, whatever the God you believe into it, how many gods you believe into it, that's a different thing. Therefore, the rate of atheism as compared to Europe is very low in India. India, people do believe, celebrates and enjoy, the religion and religious festivals, which is a good thing, I would say. And I'm going to talk about it. Another thing, so yesterday was Mahashivratri, and in which the puja, the prayers for Lord Shiva, takes place, and that's what they call Shivratri, Mahashivratri. Anyway, song is here, and I'll be back talking about something interesting. I'm staying with Arijit Singh today for someone who loves Arijit Singh.
सबसे जुदा है तेरी अदाएं, दिल तेरा कायल हो ही गया। जुल्फें तेरी काली घटाएं, धूप में बादल मिल ही गया। ये तेरी निगाहें करम फरमा है, तू मुझ पे हुआ मेहरबान। मैं कैसे भुलाऊं आपकी इनायत, बहुत खूबसूरत हो, बहुत खूबसूरत हो। आप सर से पाँव तक दिल झूम झूम, दिल झूम झूम, दिल झूम झूम जाए। दिल झूम झूम, दिल झूम झूम, दिल झूम झूम जाए। तुम्हें हूर हूर किसी हूर हूर साया पाए। दिल झूम झूम, दिल झूम झूम, दिल झूम तरह जाए। बातें तेरी जैसे दुआएं, मैं इनमें शामिल हो ही गया। दिल में तुम्हारे थोड़ा सा हिस्सा हम मुझको हासिल हो ही गया। ये दिल भी तुम्हारा तुम्हारी तरह है, जो खुशियाँ मुझे दे रहा हो तुम जिस भी जगह पे, वहीं पे रौनक। बहुत खूबसूरत हो, बहुत खूबसूरत हो। आप सर से चेहरे निगाहें जा जा के हाँ जिन पे ठहरे जिन्हें देखने से मिले दिल को राहत बहुत खूबसूरत हो आप सर से पाँव तक
बहुत खूबसूरत हो आप सर से पांव तक यही तो एक चीज़ है जो इंसान को इंसान की तरफ खींच के लाती है Look, first look, as they say, first look, love at first sight, whatever you call it. If you are attracted to one another on a first photograph, first image you saw of her or him, that's what it is. Everything starts from there. Then the next step is WhatsApp change, number change, telephone change, messenger change, and then chat starts. And chat. And that's how you get to know each other. And that's how you make progress towards each other. And then voices, calls, next stage that you make a call, leave a message, voice message, and sometime the voices are more convenient than the actual sitting around texting each other. And then, of course, the final step is meeting. You go and meet the person. And so they're all stages. I remember the film 𝐀𝐩𝐧𝐚 𝐑𝐚𝐝𝐢𝐲, in fact. It was a flop film, in fact, directed by Vishal Bhardwaj. And in that, the character of Nasiruddin Shah, who was talking to Madhuri Dixit, is talking about the 7 stages of ishq. And so I have categorized myself into the 7 stages or few stages of ishq in modern world of that. And that's what it is. Starts from the photographs and then it leads to the actual physically meeting the person face to face. Whether you fly over or go over or invite her over or whatever. And then you meet and discuss and talk about, and then you start अंदर से कुरेदना शुरू करता है इंसान कि okay, so what exactly is the person is in reality? Behind the face, behind the beauty, behind the actual facade of the physical look, what is inside the head? How the person is. Is the person passionate, compassion, love, normal, abnormal, broke, financially, this, that, the other. All of those equations start kicking in, that solvent and unsolvent. These are the questions people do ask even when they come closer to each other. And therefore, if the compatibility is the word, happens. In India, there is a thing called kundalis. Kundalis are when the two people get married who don't know each other, and sometimes arranged marriages and things like that. And parents do invite the priest, the pundits, and they ask them to match the kundalis. What is kundalis? And the kundalis are nothing but these kind of attributes to each other, that how many things are common among each other. Are they loving? Are they, this, that, the other? And they started comparing and things like that. So that's how it happens. So even when you meet somebody, you then started exploring the underneath, the person underneath, the real person of that. And then the real person comes out. And then you make up your mind that, oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe that is. Oh, that's it. I've got it. That's it. That's the one I was looking for a long time. And it happens. So for years and years and years, at the moment I'm following my script researching. I'm researching a film script, in fact, a new genre film script. And the way people are sharing reels these days on the phones, and how in 1 minute you are supposed to be impressing or supposed to be telling a story, whatever is going on in your head. And I think there is a story, there is a film there to be written about it, that how the real life is close to the real life. So it's too early stage to talk about it, but I'm toying and researching it at the moment about this reel business, that how many people are putting up the reels and those who are not putting up the reels at all. I'm not very, comfortable about putting unnecessary reels whatsoever. I only put reels when I have my work need to be reached across my audience and my followers and my listeners and things like that. I do have followers. I do have, as a so-called celebrity, I would say, celebrity status that I do enjoy in Ireland. There's no doubt about it. And in India, because of my little work in India that I have done, television work, film work, and things like that. So it's and I only do so because of my work, rather than I'm not looking for work. I create work. I'm a creator. A content creator, you may call it, program creator like this one. And every week I am committed now to create and to, in fact, multiply Apna Radio. Yes, I may share this beautiful news that we shall be launching it fairly soon. We are working on a pilot program, Apna Music Program. Apna Music Program will be talking about Desi music, the world of Indian music, which perhaps my listeners all over the world do not know, that the world of Indian music is rather different from the world of Western music. How? You will be revealed. I'll be producing that show, but it will be presented by someone else presenter, and I'll introduce it properly when it'll be ready to be launched. So, and that's what it is. So anyway, I am moved to play another song. Oh my goodness, few minutes left. Oh my God, time flies when you start enjoying yourself. So the time has gone, and just only mention briefly that Ramadan is starting from Saturday, and the next program I shall be mentioning a detailed program about what is Ramadan and Ramadan Mubarak. You who have believed, decreed upon you is fasting, as it was decreed upon those who before you, that you may become righteous. That's the Holy Quran says about fasting. The fasting was prescribed for you as it was prescribed before you. In other words, before the Islam's arrival, the fasting was very much there. So anyway, next week, the program will be on fasting and Ramadan and the do's and don'ts of Ramadan, and what do you do in Ramadan and how the month should be treated and things like that. But anyway, thank you for listening, and thank you very much for joining Apna Radio all the way from Berlin. So there you go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Bye for now, and I'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Don't forget to tune me in. Enjoy your weekend.
लांघ के आ